live, Pierre.
Welcome back to the Morning Skate Show with the hockey coach, Guru, Coach Francis directly from the Sunshine State. And we have to go all the way to the West Coast to find the Scout Guru, Mr. Michael DeVillano. I have to go with my hockey guru now. I have to go with Scout Guru.
Yeah,
well, we are guru.
Tomorrow
we are guru.
Gurus. I'll have to get
It's 11-11, Michael, today. So we already expressed our veterans everything their day today. So we talked about this earlier, and I think Andrew K. Ron make a great words, a little bit lower words can that describe my freedom means to me, and so very thankful. So you're absolutely right, Andrew. So thanks to sharing with you with us what you think. So great to see that. Everybody, welcome aboard. And we have, of course, Kimberly Ina joined us this morning. Kimberly from the West Coast in Florida. And we are also Canadian Giant from Westmont, Montreal, wherever we are, Michael, the morning, afternoon, evening. And I think if I do it like soon at 3 o'clock in the morning, he will show up because he's always show up, Canadian Giant. So we have to get, be grateful and thankful for having him aboard all the time. So thanks a lot, Canadian Giant. And talking about Edmonton, Andy Koivula back in the house. Congratulations, and Mr. Andy. I believe Mr. Koivula, Michael, he was on the prediction 3-0 last night with Johnny Golden. Both of them, they are the only two make it that way. So congratulations again for that part over there. So and thanks, Canadian Giant. You said happy Veteran Day and Remembrance Day. So that's pretty much it, Michael, for me.
Yeah. So tomorrow, so everybody knows, Coach French will be running the show on his own. I will be off in the rink all day scouting many players.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. But for today, we have lots of hockey to talk about. The one thing that came of, we saw that Bob Murray was placed on administrative leave, so we kind of followed that story. It didn't take long for this to come to a head. He basically resigned his position yesterday. I guess what you were saying yesterday was about that tip line, right? So that they said, hey, we don't want any more surprises. Here's a tip line. And someone reported it, his abusive behavior. And he announces that he's entering the program for alcohol abuse. So that's kind of, I'm not surprised. It's funny. I didn't want to say this yesterday, but I was like, Pierre, I think he's a person that has an alcohol problem. And that some of that's from just seeing him and interacting. And some of it's from, things we hear. And it's interesting that this is what comes out. But it took like 15 years. He's been in this role for 14 or 15 years, hasn't he? 2008.
Yep. First of all, congratulations for the hot line or whatever they call it from the NHL. They already, that's something could be there for a long time ago. But it's not only for NHL, Michael. We have to mention this. This for any level hockey in the world. So that's pretty cool. They did that. It's not only for NHL. So junior case or youth travel case or anybody can reach that line, Michael is sharing with that part of there. So that's the first thing I have to mention, this for the NHL. Yeah. The second thing, all right, he got a problem. He admitted and he said, look, I have a problem. I need help and I'm going to fix my problem. Everything like that. It is what it is, And again, with everything behind the door, we don't know, Michael, behind the wall. And everybody have their own challenge, adversity, whatever you call it. And he's not the only one, Michael, in hockey. Have that kind of problem. Some did it before, and some have it right now. They hide it, and they don't mention this. Example, last year, Michael, Jim Montgomery, coach from the Dallas Star, have another problem with that, and he took charge. And I'm glad to see him back under his feet. Yeah. Now he's assistant coach with the Blues. Yeah. And congratulations for people gave a second chance with some people have some problem at education. So for me, it's like, for what I'm thinking, Michael, I don't know. I don't have that kind of problem, the drinking. So I don't know what the feeling are. I don't know what kind of, what I mean? But
I don't know.
But my point to you is like to have a job like he does, like, $1 million he make, right? And have that kind of pressure to perform and everything like that. And to be like a bit like the CEO, I really believe it's director of hockey, Michael, is the CEO of the company on the
Yeah.
hockey operation, everything like that.
Yeah.
And deal with that kind of problem and try to hide this over there. And it's not easy because I read the story about Jim Montgomery, who said, I show up the next practice the morning and I drink until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy, man.
That's what what about their body? What about their health? What about not mentally, but also physically, everything like that? So, look, I just want to give another perspective. And I'm never going to be hard on the people who have that kind of problem. Like, I wish the best for him. I wish he would be back on the health before he get under the job, whatever it is. He's honestly, he's not going to have a problem for the rest of his life about money, everything like that. But, for the health, about his for the rest of his life,
Like how is it? You don't know how a person like that's managing their own life if that's how they're operating. So I mean, it's unfortunate. I don't know the answer. Obviously, this is a problem where people use it to deal with stress or maybe trauma. Whatever the answer is, it comes out in your everyday life. I mean, if I have any alcohol, like I don't even drink anymore because I have any alcohol, I can't sleep. I get headaches. So I can't imagine sitting there pounding them back to like 5 a.m. Like you feel terrible. Like, how do you operate? I don't get it. So
do you have something behind everything, Michael? Because now you talk that way, I'm thinking about they miss something. We don't know what is missing, right? I don't know what is his private life or everything like that. Yeah, I mean, he wants to. He missed something and part of their life. What he does, this and that, or sometimes they feel better if they use that kind. They feel, So maybe. I don't know because I've never been that way, so I cannot. But for me, I feel like something use this is to feel better, or they don't have something about what they have or what they're looking for. So, like I said, the money is one thing, Michael, but at the same time, the pressure what they get every single day. It's not want to, I don't want to put them like, oh, we feel. Feel.
I hope it improves his life and he addresses it. He's not a young guy, but
the good news about this, Michael, he requests, and at the NHL we're going to put him on the program, the safety, not the safety, but you have awards for that part for the helping. You have a health. I don't know what's the name. I don't remember what Gary Price used, but anyway. So he's going to take care about this, have some professional going helping him to change his life and everything like that. And hopefully, because I believe, honestly, like 14 years, Michael, first of all, he's an ex-Blackhawks Chicago players, right? Grow with Doug Wilson. He's a smart guy. He knows hockey, and he could be a great asset for any team in NHL. When, if he feel good, he's still young. Whatever his age, right? So we'll see. 66. Interesting about that, Michael, is Jeff Solomon is going to be the interim general manager at that moment. And obviously, it's sad because at the same time, Michael, the team is doing well on the ice.
They are.
So, we have to give him credit for what he accomplished at some level. And be interesting, like you said, the best for him and go from there.
Good morning to Steve G. Kai Lindstrom says he hopes Teemu Selanne will be, and I don't know if he will or not, but I mean, Teemu's a great person. I'm not sure if he wants that type of role, but Scott Niedermayer would be interesting. I'm not sure if he wants that type of role. He's still in around the Anaheim area. But I think, there's younger guys too in the organization, or maybe they look outside. I'd be interested to see what they do. I think they have very good owners.
Yeah, I think for me, they will take a little bit longer time. I think they try to, you see Chicago right now, and now Jeff Solomon, I think he can accomplish what they need. Right now, we're not at a trade deadline, Michael, so they can wait like 1 month, 2 months if they want to until the Olympics. I don't see the rush about this. Like, they are not like on the. So I don't have no answer. Honestly, I could be wrong here, but I feel like both teams should wait. And I think some GM right now, Michael, are a little bit in danger to lose their job right now. Maybe they're looking for someone from the inside. Marc
Bergevin could be out there. You never know.
I'm all right. I think I'm right. Love, I could be wrong. I believe the Anaheim Ducks gave the job for Joel Bouchard for the Montreal Canadiens, American Hockey League for their team in American Hockey League, right?
Oh, in San Diego?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So he's the guy, the new assistant, a new head coach over there. My point to you, it's not like they would put him the GM. My point to you is maybe have some relationship with Bergeron. Who knows, right? Behind everything. So it would be interesting to see that is Bergeron. Because I really believe Bergeron will be somewhere next year. He's not going to return in Montreal. I'll be completely.
I don't. I mean, I think if things don't go his way in Montreal, he's refused to sign a contract. It sounded like. I mean, he's a smart hockey guy overall. I mean,
yeah.
He's dealt with the most pressure filled. He's also made some questionable choices, but
yeah. Oh yeah. Honestly, we have, like I said, on the ranking, I would give him a C plus, Michael, overall about that one. He really did not do well for the upcoming season. You know, he can come. You when you put a team, Michael, you're thinking on your whiteboard. Okay, this piece. But now you don't have the goaltender out for the lineup. What you thought he's going to start the season. You know what I mean? Like you have some point you cannot controlling what could happen, but at some point or so, he's the guy request to get Hoffman, Savard, Paquette, and Perrault. He's the right guy, whether he did that. So at the end of the day, that's the situation. But welcome back, Kelly, the number one fan of Toronto Maple Leafs. Why the Toronto went 3-0 yesterday. She was a part of the live stream yesterday. Stop by. We appreciate Kelly to have it. And our friends, Greg Sanchez, back in the house this morning, Michael. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. If you don't mind, that'd be good to have each one of you can click on the likes, sir.
So we were speculating about an injury to Nathan MacKinnon since the beginning of the year. And then something else happened. And I don't know if this is related to what was going on, but you could just tell he wasn't his normal self. Unfortunately, it looks like he's got a lower body injury. So I don't know if this is an ankle or if it's an MCL, but he'll be out for 3 weeks. He does have, 10 points or 11 points on the season, but only 1 goal. So I don't think we saw the best of him yet. They've had real challenge. Yeah, 10 points in 8 games. I mean, they've been struggling because they're missing fully performing top 3 guys. I mean, is Rantanen still out?
Who?
I think Mikko Rantanen's still out too, isn't he?
Yeah, and Makar still.
And Makar. So, I mean, that's some big dollar, big horsepower guys that are supposed to be leading this team. So you can kind of see why Colorado's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, just give you a little bit an update on this, Michael, is McKinnon's talk last night or this morning, for the fact he have nothing related to the COVID-19. He thanks God the fact he was vaccinated. He did not get any symptom during the time he was on the COVID protocol 19. The reason he have to missing a couple of games, Michael, because that's the rules in NHL. You have to wait 7 days, something like that, to have or 3 tests or 2 tests or 3 tests negative before you return. But he didn't have any feeling about a problem. This is another completely. So what you try to said, if this is another injury, don't have nothing to reflect or about relate to the COVID-19. So I just want to bring this to you. So
that's good.
Making him talk to on the radio about that situation. So another blowout, Michael. This is about this. By the way, talking about COVID-19, Michael, this is a big news happening this morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Ottawa Senators are 50-50 to play the game tonight.
Wow. So they have that many guys out.
Matt Murray tonight, and also they got Josh Brown and another one yesterday. So so that team right now is about like 9 people right now around that team. So they predict they will play, but it could happen during the day. Right now they are scheduled, but it could happen something. They will maybe possible cancel the play against the Los Angeles Kings. So big problem right now. And the new NHL, this could happen at some point. After the San Jose Sharks, Michael, missing many of them, 7-8 players, and an injury affect some performance of the team, Michael. The Colorado, the Montreal, the Vegas. It's the San Jose go through that adversity with those COVID, not a problem, but still. And then Ottawa struggle also at the beginning of the year with COVID. So not excuse, Michael, but it's a really again another year, Michael. It's not going to be like a normal year, unfortunately. And Michael, it could be like this for years.
Well, it depends on what the issue is. Are they sick or are they testing positive? And if everyone's vaccinated, you would think that, I mean, obviously that doesn't prevent anything. and now they've switched the messaging. So this could, if they're testing constantly, they're going to be positive at some point, and it's going to be a bunch of people that are near each other. So I don't know.
Have no clue, right? They have to do it, Michael, for the Olympics, everything like that. And that's a part of the process of what they accomplish. You know what? I feel like that's the right things to do anyway. I think that's the right to do a positive or the test all the time. I don't know if they do it daily now, but I think that's the right thing. And Adam said, the teacher, Michael, Adam, the teacher, the swimmer, said he's awake since 4:30 this morning because you have an assignment at school.
Oh boy. Good morning to Adam. Oh my goodness. So I don't know. I guess it is what it is. There's so many comments. Dallas has been all over the place. Hezekiah's having a brilliant start. We'll see that game, but they're struggling as a team. So the first game, though, that's interesting. This was actually a really tight game up until the third period. At one point, they tried to call back the first goal. I don't know if you saw that. I thought it was the wrong call, and they overturned it. So that was good. William Nylander gets the first. He played pretty well. I mean, he actually had another couple other opportunities. He could have had 3 or 4 goals last night. But it was a pretty good battle between Campbell and Hart for a while there. But, then that was kind of the end of it. So no empty net goals. It was 3 straight up goals. Good game for Toronto against a pretty tough Philadelphia team.
Yeah, the goal at the Nylander was pretty cool, pretty good. When you see the review, the goal, you can see was acceptable, and it was not a kick motion. The skate left the ice after the puck was already gone or in direction of the net. So I have no problem with that. I was feel good about that goal every time that Nylander produced again. Finally, after 14 goals, Michael, another player, other the Nylander, Matthews, and Marner and Tavares scored a goal. Finally, Audrey Kay scored a goal over there. But again, I think for me right now is Jack Campbell, Michael. Jack Campbell is unbelievable. He made that thing look better. He was welcome back yesterday. Justin Holt back on the lineup after 3 games scratch because the Dermott injury, I believe. So interesting to see that. Tavares was out of the lineup yesterday, so missing a piece of the puzzle. Yesterday, Tavares was out. It was Marner, Kerfoot, and Richie played together. And then it was the first game yesterday, Michael, of Semenyov, the Russian from the KHL, number 94. Play all right. It's not easy about that one over there. The best team yesterday on the ice won the game, and that's what I can tell you that for. I watched the game. We did a live stream, by the way. So I saw that. So I think overall it was good to see Toronto win on the road and get a shutout again. That's pretty cool.
That's great.
I don't know about the Flyers. It's still a little bit questionable about that one over there. Some player I'm concerned, Michael. I would be 2 players I'm going to concern right now. One is Farabi, no point for the last 7 games, believe, or something like that. And then GVR. GVR 19 points the last 40 games. And that's what I'm very concerned about him over there. Play only 15 minutes. It's really not what I'm looking for about him, about that one over there. So very concerned about GVR. You can see yesterday nothing, like no highlights, nothing. Oh my God, they have great chance over there. And Farabi have another great. He does not what do well, Michael. They play now on the 3rd line. You have some questionable over there. They have something people. It's not a big lineup. Michael,
they're actually smaller.
I don't know. I think he's missing a couple of pieces over there in the puzzle. But look. For me, I have to give credit and to them. Kit Yandel is the Yandel turn around the puck.
Oh my God, that one play was crazy, Pierre. What happened? He blew it. It was like, what just happened?
The good news I will say to you, Michael, and you know him very well, is Carter Hart. He looked solid yesterday. Protect the puck, no rebound, and he struggled so much last year. To see him the way he played yesterday. I'm really encouraged to see his performance last night. To be honest with you, so look, that game is what it is what happened. But Toronto get to find a way to win on the road. And after a bad performance Monday night against the Los Angeles Kings, they lost 5-1. They come back. Not how I said that, Michael. I did not. He's dangerous, but I feel like Austin Matthews is not the Austin Matthews we know last year during he played. So I don't said like, oh, he's not going to be scored, but he's not like, and I don't know. He has something there. I don't know how I can explain this. It's just like someone who would just show up at some point and we score 5-7 goal like that. But not much dangerous yesterday. A little bit quiet on my side. For me, I'm still in. For me right now, Nylander is more impressive at Matthews, and Marner is more impressive at Matthews last night on my book. I could be wrong. I don't know, people, what do you think about that? But that's what I believe happening about that. And our friend Oleg Kolesnikov is back in the house this morning. Oleg, not bad Tampa Bay fans. Imagine testing positive in the playoff, the Stanley Cup, everyone, OMG. Yep. Sunak out of Tampa, yes, for a couple of days. Best goal of the week is from Adam Fox the other night. No.
Versus the McDavid goal or versus?
No, you Adam, you just make, first of all, Adam, it's just a mistake. I believe you want to talk about K. Miller, but not Adam Fox.
Oh, Keandre Miller?
Yeah. He came all the way, go around like McKenzie, like a yellow cone, and he drive the puck back and forth and backhands, I believe, and top shell over there. So I think, Adam, that's the one you're talking about. I know Adam Fox scored a 4-4, but really, for me, was K. Miller. Adam, if you can confirm, that'd be good. And that's pretty much it about that one over there. And I know what you're going to talk about the next game, and I'm going to let you know because I'm pissed off. No, just kidding.
Why?
But because of Dallas. I took Dallas last night. It's a team, Michael. It's I believe they will fire Rick Barnes.
I think they have. Pierre, this guy is nothing against him, but when he first took over, there was a lot of little details that I didn't like, and he's been around the block, and he's always been a 500 coach, Pierre. This team is way better than a 500 team.
Michael, it's not this. Do you know the average goal per game?
Is it 3 something?
2. What is the record? How many games they play right now? 13?
Let's take a look. But I think that this is definitely an underachieving team.
12 game, Michael. Do you know how many goals they have on 12 game plus at 2 goals per game?
So this is this is crazy, Pierre.
1. They have 1 game at 3 goals. The rest is 2 or less.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of offense on that.
Do you know how many games they win on the regular season? 60 minutes?
No.
0.
So it's all over. Wait, the
4 shootout and OT.
That doesn't make sense, Pierre. They're a better team.
They are better at this. Exactly, Michael. And then last night at the press conference, he said, I'm going to fix it. Geez, you have 1 year now, 2 years, almost 2 years now. You can fix this problem over there. They are better. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not serious when I'm pissed off, but that team, Michael, does not be what they are.
Yeah, I never liked that. I know that they had a long playoff run with him, but even then we were like, really, really, really. But now you realize they're deep, but they need a real coach in there. It would be interesting to see. Like Jim Nill comes from Detroit. Would he bring in a Mike Babcock? Because a Mike Babcock with this lineup, holy crap!
Wow, that's a good comment. That's a good statement over there. You know what? Mike Babcock will accept that challenge over there. Mike Babcock is not going to go in Arizona, Michael.
No,
you make sense. Like he's not going to be a rebuild another team.
You look at that team and you go, "All right, Joe Pavelski's serious. Jamie Benn is serious. Let's do this. Ryan Suter's serious. Let's do this." Right? Like they would respond to him, I think, so well. He'd be like, "Listen, I got some." If you listen to him, he's like, something doesn't add up. I agree with him, frankly, Pierre. Like it was a typical Toronto hit job that happened. Yes, he's not your best friend. He's there to get the best out of you and to win. and he's very well prepared. He's a very good assessment of what's going on in the ice and the talent. Like, you never watch Mike Babcock and say this team is not prepared. You never say this
of
team
course,
is right, and you never see. But I think that's what you're looking at with Rick Bowness. Like, you're like, this is not a reason to be losing. Like, you have 3 goalies. You've got the greatest top 4 defensemen maybe in the NHL. You've got like 3 or 4 lines of guys that can play. Like, it doesn't make sense. This is a coach's dream, and especially a veteran coach would come in and be like, all right, boys, we're going to the final. We did it 2 years ago. Our mission is to get back there.
Is the one right now I believe he could lose his job. It's him, and Vancouver could be another hot spot over there. Montreal, it could be, but I'll be less. But I think Dallas really is the one they have to figure out this. I don't know.
Yeah, they kind of figure it out.
You know, Bruce Boudreau talked about Rick Bowness this morning. He said, look, he's a really good human being. He said they compare him a little bit at Roger Nelson about not only behind the bench, but as a communication with the players. Every time that the players love him, every time that, right? But at some point, Michael, when you have a team like he has right now, not only 3 months, Michael, not about 4 months. It's going to be 2nd year now. And we see you and me. Remember, like Send the Stanley Cup, we always do the same thing. You never know what team you show up this year. Like Rook Haynes have only 1 goal this year. You know, Eskinen scored his 3rd goal over there. But we don't go those big guys, Radulov, and, you know, the power play does not work. I watched the 2nd part of the game last night. And it's a game cannot score. Montreal cannot score. And right now, them they cannot score. We have to give credit for the Dallas, for the Nashville, but at some point, Dallas have to be better for sure about that one there. So I just want to mention this to you.
I mean, this makes no sense. If you are a coach and you look at this lineup, you go, okay, Pavelski, Hintz, Robertson, okay, Raffle, Glendening, Comore, more like 4th line, Ben, Radulov, and Sagan. You're like, yeah. And then you're like, Guryanov, Faxov, and like, where's the hole? You don't have any holes in this lineup.
No. Honestly, I believe for what we saw right now, Michael, they are at least, I would be generous, they are one of the top 20 and maybe 15 best forward group of 4 line in NHL.
And even the D.
You know what I mean? And then you have Eskinen, you have Glenberg, and you have Sutter.
And you have the Finnish guy, Esa Lindell, who you watch.
Lindell. So they have 4 defensemen right there, right? And the goaltender is not bad right there. What could have been. So for me, I don't know, but that's something they have to figure out very quickly because they are not far in the statement, in the standing, Michael. They are not like out of the playoff right now. But before this coming more an hemorrhage or bigger problem, I think they have to figure out this very quickly. I would give him another week, but I think that's something because they are not bad, right? You know, like as a standing, Michael, is the team can go back quickly and the standing right there to join other team. So it'll be very interesting what could happen, but that's my opinion.
I'm
we have Vallejo this morning with us, Michael.
Yep. Good morning, Vallejo. Dallas looks good on paper, but they're playing like a bottom 5. And
I agree with him.
Last year, why'd they miss the playoffs? It makes no sense. Vallejo, good luck to you against me tonight, Adam Berger, I guess, in the pool. Mean Girl Hockey, thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Coach, and hello, chat.
Ontario.
That's awesome. I have an awful day today. That's not good. The Ontario Reign and Stockton Heat are both 9-0. So the Ontario Reign being the LA Kings minor league team, they have so much talent down there. Stockton Heat Pierre is coached by Mitch Love, former Everett Silvertip captain and assistant coach to Kevin Constantine, former coach with the Saskatoon Blades, and their goalie, Dustin Wolf, is our former goalie, and he's a rookie in the AHL, and he has not missed a beat, Pierre.
I love what Adam said right now at the bottom, Michael. I know you're looking, not the problem. Keep consistent, but he's right. It's 2 teams, Michael, have a lot of prospect over there, and that's what we mentioned. We talk about New Jersey, we talk about Los Angeles, we talk about Anaheim. Montreal have a lot of good prospect there, but those kind of team, and Detroit is another team. I got a lot of prospect over there. They are the next 5-year best team in NHL, Michael. I I really believe those two teams over there.
It's
We
so
don't talk
much.
a lot about American Hockey League, but some team is look about that division over there, how it is so good. And you talk about their line. Maybe you can mention a couple of rookie or believe some players
Yeah.
could be
So,
the next
like for
Connor
me,
Zary, Jacob
Connor
Pelche.
Zary, Jacob Pelche, those are the young guys. Adam Ruzicka on the outside. Pierre A2 Tuola was in Everett. He was a forward in the WHL with this Finnish player, and Mitch Love coached him there. Martin Possible or Pospiel, or however you pronounce it. I'm surprised he's only 6'1". He looks bigger than that, but he can score when he's on. So that's an interesting prospect for them. Veteran
And
Zagorovny. Oh yeah, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll mention a veteran, Byron Froese, as former Everett Silver Tip, and Mitch would know him from Everett. I don't know if he coached him or not, but I think Mitch might have coached after that. Matthew Phillips, he's serviceable. He's like he's getting older a little bit. But I think really it's Zary and Pelche you would look for. And then Jan Kuznetsov, everyone is raving about how this guy's a lot better than anybody realized.
Also, you have Zoliviev. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Belarusian. So he's really
goaltender over there at the bottom.
But this is the guy you got to look at. Like 5 wins, no losses, 1 overtime tie, 1.97 and 940 save percentage. These are his numbers in the WHL, Pierre, that he's carrying over to the AHL.
Michael, I know you know him a lot. You talk about him a lot of time with Calgary Flame, every time that, right? Yeah. But I'll be honest with you. When you talk about Wolf, my name, it come always to Saros for the Nashville Predators.
Right. And I
really believe he could be a goaltender. If you have a chance or an open door for him, I really believe he can become the Saros in NHL. I would not be surprised. Everywhere he been, you told me so many times he always have a great number. I know, sometimes the American Hockey League is not always the perfect, but the way he play. So
you will never find a more prepared goaltender. I think he created a problem. So Carter Hart was, lights out, Pierre. Dustin Wolf came in and did not miss a beat. He actually improved on Carter's numbers in the WHL. And then we had, no Dustin Wolf, no Carter Hart this year. And our goalie coach was like comparing the goalies to him. And I'm like, you can't do that. This is a different animal. He is a wolf. This guy is he wants to win and he's going to eat your lunch. And he might be 6 foot, but so is Jonathan Bernier. And I don't know if Jonathan Bernier is 6 foot, by the way. UC Saros is like 5'10", 5'11". You named off Kudobin is 5'11". Like there's other goalies in the NHL. He's 6 foot.
He don't have many, but still, I believe at that level, the level he can play, this kid have an open door. That would be surprised. I would not be worried about him.
I don't think Jan Kuznetsov is related to the Washington Kuznetsov.
I don't think so too.
Yeah, but he's a very good prospect. I think he came into camp and they were surprised how good he was. Yep. He's like, I don't know if he was a 2nd round pick or a late 1st, but he's a 2002 birth year. He's a big, lanky guy.
2nd round pick, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was 2nd. I mean,
he's a big guy, 6'4".
He's a big guy. He played North American hockey. So he played for Sioux Falls. He played NCAA. And he's not, the thing is, he doesn't really get points, but he's actually a pretty decent skater. He's big. He kind of he's not as mean as
50, Michael.
What's that?
50, 2nd round pick. Second round.
Yeah. So he's still young, but I think that's a real good prospect for them.
And those kind of players, Michael, I would say to you, like him, he would take him about 22, 20 years old before really he can reach that level where he can participate more in the NHL. So there's great prospect for them about that. And
I'm not familiar with
news enough for him. I can tell the only thing I can tell you, Steve, about him, he wants to finish his NCAA over there with the DU. Good players. But again, it's another one we have to wait a little bit more for what he's going to accomplish over there.
Yep. And then you mentioned Ontario just quickly. I mean, there's a lot of big names down there, and there's guys that should be in the NHL right now. Fajimo not missing a beat. I guess they sent down Kachev, so that's interesting. I wasn't sure.
With all the respect, Michael, I think that lineup I don't have maybe 7 players could be in the bottom of any team in NHL.
Absolutely. Tyler Madden impressed me in camp. I think he's going to be a real good player. He reminds you a lot of his dad, who played in the NHL for a long time. Martin Frk, he always has problems sticking in the NHL. This guy's got a Brett Hull type like a shot, and the rest of his game is just not there. Never
he cannot
has
make it. For some reason, something wrong with him.
Can't make it.
I don't know why, but
he can really play in the AHL. He was player of the week in the AHL.
Yeah, but it's again like you talk about a lot of time the bubble players. That's the kind of player can be there. So they have Surkat, they have Faircraig, they have a Faramogo, whatever his last name.
Oh, Fajimo is
Check is over there. That's another one over there. Then you have still Austin Warner is over there. Watson over there.
Warner looked really good. Aiden Dudas is a really good player.
Yeah, he's right there because of conditioning, Michael. So
is that why?
After he got an injury, he come back over there. So he's right there. I don't know when he'll be called up over there.
This guy should be in the NHL. Like, this makes no sense to me other than depth. He played really well last year, and look what he's just ripping up the AHL.
But right now the Kings doing well, so you don't have
no depth.
You don't have no much right now about that one over there. You know what I mean? Like, they are stuck over there. So that's to give you an idea why this organization is so good on prospect right now. Their draft pick is solid. So that gives them a chance to get that way over there. Yep. I think I was said to you, they don't have a lot of big defensemen over there, like right now until the Grants. That's the only one they have.
A big guy. He looked really good in camp. Sean Dursey is way better than I thought, Pierre. He's a really good defenseman. He's going to be in the NHL at some point. I don't see him very far off. He looked like he took a big jump in camp. He looked like he was ready for the NHL. And then Jordan Spence is like small, but he's really talented. Australian-born player. He can really skate. He's not big. He's like 5'10", but he plays hard.
It's another, like you said, it's a team doing well in American League. The prospect is there. It's a mix of veteran a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see some of them, and maybe one day with the Kings. But and then that's the reason the Kings are doing well, because they have a lot of good players right now. Kaliev and Paris, and and they don't play with Villardi right now. So.
No Byfield, no Velarde. And then this goalie, I think he was goalie of the week in the AHL, is Velada, is like 927 save percentage, 6-0, 216. I mean, that's a big part of it. So he's been really good this year. Not historically, but maybe this is a reflection of how strong the team is. So yeah, there's good news for LA and there's good news for Calgary in the AHL. All right, so just capping off this game, 4-2 for Nashville. Pierre, we got to pay attention to Tanner Jeannot more and more. He had a really good last year. This guy's scored everywhere he's been, and you look for that. And you look last year, in 15 games, what did he have? 5 goals, 2 assists.
10 goals in 28 games, Michael, in NHL so far. He's honestly on the nomination, could be in the Calder Trophy, right?
Easy.
So and I said, you know what I mean? But you talk about rookie like Raymond Sitter and some players like that, BRM. That's another one we cannot forget his name, Tanner Jeannot. It's a one we have to follow up for sure with Tomasino also, Nashville. So we have some players over there. And again, he's 24 years old. The guy did not show up earlier at 18, 19, 20 in NHL. So it take time to him to show up. For me also, Michael, we are hard. The people are hard on him because his contract at $8 million. But you see both of them, Winston and Shine. Shine right now, he is hot for the last 5 games. Well. He's doing better and better for this year. So that's the reason right now. And they consist win, Michael, without Forsberg. So that gives you another idea. But the rookie, like those guys they just mentioned about that, they step up during the game. And Roman Ozzy have won a great year so far. We have to consider him at that moment and the race for the Norris. He's have an amazing, great year so far. And that's another one right there. One-son. So they went well. It's one balance. I think we don't get enough credit for the Nashville Predator at that moment, and that a lot of people think they're not going to do well this year. But
they seem like they're pretty good.
Yeah,
I never understand Ryan Johansson, Pierre. Like, he looks like he should be a #1 center in the NHL. He's got 5 goals and 4 assists. I get that. He's a -5. I don't understand it. It's just weird because you look at him, he's like, man, he's big. He plays hard.
Yeah, but 3 of the 9 point, Michael, are on power play.
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's another huge on the 9, only 6 point at 5 versus 5.
Yeah.
So, so he gave about 11 goals versus when he played 5 versus 5. So I don't have these scores in front of me, but that's a problem you get. You need to get a better way, everything like that. So, but again, have to give him credit for that.
Yeah. Heskinen's having an amazing year, leading the team in scoring for Dallas. So that is a good news story for them. When you watch them, I mean, I don't think Ben and Radulov, none of these guys have lost their ability. Robertson looks really good. This just doesn't add up.
Again, I think you are 0-3 in power play, Michael. I don't know if you have the stat in front of but that's the one struggle a lot since the beginning of the season.
Finally scored last night. He was excited.
He got hurt all last season, right?
Yeah, he's had injury problems for like on and off. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. They had 4. They had 1 out of 5. They have 5 power plays and they only scored once.
Yep. Honestly, Michael, one problem I can see right now. But not one problem, but right now you balance your line at 4 line, Michael. Most of them play 4 line right now. You have only Como 9 minutes and Clendening. But I believe in my book, a guy called Robinson, all right, and Seguin, and they can play 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I can see more and more, Michael. They let their forward, the best team, play 20 minutes and plus this year. And that's the reason behind that part over there. So they play at 4D. You can see Ali and Akapa play only 12 minutes as the third pair defenseman. That's not play 19 minutes with Seguin. But they have to get that part over there to get a little bit better. And I don't know. They need to score. At some point, they have to get a better chance to score. And that's the problem they have in Dallas at that moment.
Yeah.
Leon Bichal, defenseman. Yes, I agree with you, Steve. He's looking good also for that team as a prospect.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this gets Rupe Hins hot, and I think they have to make a change here. I kind of thought this last year, so I guess we'll see what happens. All right, the other game last night that was pretty exciting. It's good to see Kaprizov getting points, but FIALA was really the story here. Eriksson Ek played really well too, but FIALA gets 3 points last night. He works so well with Kaprizov. The Kaprizov goal, I don't know if you saw it, was like they were playing catch behind the net, and then he just stuffed it in, made it look so easy.
Yeah, but I think the goal yesterday was Kevin FIALA. Amazing goal on the backhands, on the hair. Yeah, it was maybe one of the best the eye coordination, everything like that. And on the reverse, not on the forward, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're right, it was completely reversed when he put the puck over the shoulder. Puck was about like 5 feet on the air. So great performance over there. Like you said, Michael, the wake up, the Kaprizov is getting more and more. 3 goals the last 4 games, I believe, about that. And that's make a big difference. But poor Coyotes, Michael, it's going to be a long season. But on the flip side, Phil Kessel played his 913 games straight. He's 1 game shy of Gary Hunger. Wow. And he's going to pass him for the next couple of games. And he's going to, every time with Kevin Yandel, he follow him. But by the way, we talk about, like Troy Terry. What about the defenseman Shane Bichir, where he never have do anything for the last 3 years? Now you have 10 point, Michael, in NHL this year, 2 goals, 8 assists. Look about 11 point now. So you have to give him credit for what he accomplished for that with a team that's not go nowhere. 11 point, Michael, and 13 game. You have only -1. When that team have like about differential 14, maybe more. We have to give him credit for that, because this career the last couple of years don't go nowhere. Another kid for the Pembroke Pines in Florida. Talking about Pembroke Pines yesterday, Anaheim play again. Chang round 2 kids for South Florida. On the lineup yesterday, face to face. We have a picture yesterday with Sidney Crosby when he was only 10 years old. Great story about him on the Atlantic article. So I just want to share with you about that. And Minnesota with no trumpets, 9-3-0, and they're on the top line, on the top division on the Central Division, Michael. Solid team going to be in Vegas tonight, back-to-back game. We know the rivalities, Michael, Minnesota, Vegas, stopped last year, and that's during the playoff also. So it's going to be interesting to watching them tonight. It's going to be that bat between the pipes versus Leonard for the Vegas, still missing a couple of pieces of the puzzle. But again, like you said, Kaprizov will wake up. Kaprizov will become what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Chicarello is back on the lineup for the last 2 games. Is it in well? By the way, Michael, the Minnesota Wild on the number 1 defenseman with the most point in NHL at that moment. So credit for them because we don't talk about a lot about Spurgeon. Have a great year so far for them, for Minnesota, Michael. So great to see them like that.
9-3-0. You know, I always look at this, and I think you do too. Like only a 4-goal differential.
Yep. Arizona, Michael, minus 33, and could be share have only -1.
That's pretty impressive, especially for a guy that's always been labeled not being able to play defense. Like he's.
I agree with you about that one over there. So really impressive for Minnesota what you are doing. Can they beat Vegas tonight? As I'm not sure, but will be interesting. I'm going to follow the game, of course. Tonight we do Montreal Canadiens. Was not looking good, but that's another subject. But congrats! It's a team, Michael. Well done by Danny Besson. We mentioned him so many times last season as the coach of the year and nomination, every time that. And last Parise and Sutter, and they keep constant. And we Belguerin have a couple of you have a reason to buy out them, and we thought, what the heck is doing with him?
He seems to know what he's doing.
What he did with that part, and you know, Merrill came from the Montreal Canadiens, scored a goal yesterday where they changed the goal to Erickson, I believe, or Granley, or whatever it is. But Merrill's doing well over there, and Kokilioski, whatever his last name, defenseman. $5 million for 1-year contract from Arizona.
Goligoski's playing very well.
So you know what I mean, like so they
we didn't.
They have
we
that kind of
underestimated
team,
him
really
too.
unit together. The same working hard, working well, and they have a good player anyway. Kaprizov, FIALA wake up. FIALA had not a great season so far. Good to see him to have 3 points yesterday, Michael. So team on the roll.
Yep, they look pretty good to me. All right, Pierre, what do we got on tap tonight? We have a lot of games.
11 game on the program tonight. Busy night for the Thursday night in the NHL. A lot of good games. Some good game over there. Oilers, Bruins will be interesting to watching that part over there. Montreal Canadiens Flame will be very short.
Well, I don't know. Flames have had a bit of a rough
but you know, when you look about the statistic compared to that, it's not the same division. Dwayne is out. Rand Poland be part of the team tonight. Called up yesterday with Nylander, so they're going to join the team tonight. Not Nylander is not. Don't think so. He'll be part of the game, but Poland will join because Pocket is out for minimum 10 days. Look like they will Rick Anderson be part of the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens, so nothing changed. The Kings, Senator Kings now, you know, straight a 6W. Can they get 7? And Ottawa don't go nowhere also, and plus COVID will be a very tough game about this. Forsberg and Murray are, I believe, on the COVID, or Gustafsson, one of the two is on the COVID with Murray. Islanders Devils, they will have a surprise game, beat the Florida Panthers 7-3 Tuesday night. Islanders did not play. They play only one game, Michael, this week. So
well, they're I didn't even think they've hit their stride yet, but you know, I think they're just pacing themselves. Devils look
the reason why, Michael, is because they play all their game on the road. So it'd be 5-3-2 on the road. That's pretty amazing. 3 more games to go on the road. But right now they look like they are home, right? They didn't play since Saturday, and they play at New Jersey. So everybody, all the players are at home, so they enjoy that time for them. Panthers break one. Now Panthers have to be back where they are. After 2 losses, so that'll be interesting. Capitals Red Wing, very interesting game about that. What kind of Red Wing they are? Nobody trusts them. On that Washington on the road, you know, so it'll be really interesting that game to see to follow for tonight.
If you're a Red Wings fan, though, like there's some inconsistencies. We know they're a little younger, but 7-5-2, I don't think any of us would have expected that.
Yep.
Shows you what happens when you got goaltending, Pierre. because I don't think the defense has played very well. Predators and Blues. The Predators have been really strong this year. Blues have been really strong this year. This should be a good game.
Back, right? Bennington right now, Michael, right now, Michael, is we have to give him, consider him as a goaltender for the Olympic.
Well, I think you have to. I mean, I don't see Carey Price being in that mix. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll happen. You know, if you got Marc-Andre Fleury, who do you go to next? You know, Carter Hart's been okay. But I think Bennington overall has taken the load in St.
The Bennington you see right now, Michael, is the Bennington you saw during the press conference, during the Stanley Cup. That's the Bennington he is right now.
Yep, 6-2-0, 928 save percentage. He's already got a shutout.
Yep.
So he's got how many shots against? 305 in 9 games. So he's getting like 20 some odd shots a game, right?
Yeah, 30 shot maybe, something like that. But he's doing well over there. Overall.
Over 30 shots a game, actually. My math is bad. That's actually like 33 shots a game. So it's not like he's not getting any action.
And Ottawa will be back tonight, Canadian. Cool. So that's the reason there. Now, St. Louis did not play yesterday. Nashville back-to-back game. They are maybe to go with Reddish or the Graham. So it'll be hard for the Nashville tonight. The Sharks, Jets, 2 teams right now doing well. Both teams, a Jet lost 3-2 again. The Jets and OT. The Jet again, the Blues. So it'll be interesting to see that. Sharks doing well, missing a couple of pieces of player because of the COVID. The next game, Canucks Avalanche, Michael. That's what they are. 2 teams right now. One team not doing well since the beginning of the year. Canucks lost the last game, and the Colorado are on the injury situation with McKinnon, everybody else, everything like that. The Wild now, they won yesterday, a back-to-back game will be interesting. Golden Knight at home, not easy place to win the game over there. So it's going to be really not sure what happened there. Then the Ducks at Kraken. The Ducks doing well, absolutely amazing. And then the Kraken at home, they are a little bit better. But I don't know if it's good enough to get this. He missed now. Yelling Gore is out for injury.
No, really?
Yeah. He's a day today, but we don't expect to be him about that one over there. So it would be interesting to see if he's going to be ready to play tonight, but not tonight, but the next couple of days. So just give you an idea about that for that situation. And it's confirmed right now. Formenton and Matt Murray are out for COVID-19 related for Ottawa Senator Michael. So I just want to mention this. Good news for Seattle. Jared McCann is ready to come back for the Seattle, and also Tyler Johnson for Chicago. He should be back with the team. When they're going to play, I don't know. Tomorrow, I believe they play Chicago.
Let's take a look.
And that's it.
Oh yeah, Coyotes in Chicago. There you go.
Sergio Clemens says the former work on the Calgary Flames. You're absolutely right about that one there. Good morning, Joseph Laharme, to show up at the last minute of the show. And everybody else, don't forget to click on the likes. So a great busy night, Michael. 11 game on the program after only 3 games. Mike Smith finally starting for Edmonton. He was on. He was there. I don't know. He's not.
Is he
again updated? But I think he'll be updated. He's not on the on the list, but I'm sure it will happen. I'll just check in a few seconds ago. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it a lot. Go Avalanche, go tonight. And we'll see if Mike Smith can play tonight against Boston. Boston, Michael, struggles in the beginning of the year. And we'll see McDavid, and they was flat last game at Leon Draisaitl. So it's maybe not a good news. And Taylor Hall was benched by Bruce Cassidy the last game.
Wow. Well, I mean, I don't think he's been great. He hasn't been.
Yeah, he's a couple of flash, right? But again, would be interesting about that one over there. What happened? Calgary, we take it. Sorry, no, it's not sorry. It's just the reality. Ce soir, sera live pour le match à Montréal. Oui, 7h ce soir, 5h avant. On a un show à 5h et à 7h. Thank you so much, Willito. We did not see Amo this morning, so maybe he's stuck in the snow. Knows about that. But don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the show. If not, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. tomorrow without Michael Devillano. I'm going to run the show, and I think I'll be all right.
Thanks,
I think
Pierre.
I can do it. I think I'll be fine. If not, we call Michael.
I can vouch for you.
We will see you, Michael, Monday next week. So have an amazing, great scouting for the weekend, and everybody else have an amazing, great rest of the day. A blessing Thursday, and don't forget 11-11. By the way, Michael, the goal of William and Nylander was at 11-11. The first goal yesterday.
Okay, because it was the time of the day for Eastern.
So sometimes I've always a reason behind everything, right? So
there you go.
That's all about. So thank you again, everybody. We wish you an amazing, great day, Michael. Time to turn on the music. Let's do it.